My name is Ethan Hayes. I never believed a family could betray you until my own father looked into my eyes and said, "Your brother deserves the house. Your brother deserves the company. You deserve nothing." And 1 month later, my brother came begging on his knees for help. I grew up with an older brother, Lucas. Smart, charming, and always the favorite. If I got 90 marks, Lucas got 91. If I won a silver medal, Lucas somehow won gold the same day. Our father never hid the comparison. When we graduated, things got worse. Lucas joined Dad's real estate company and was treated like a prince. I opened a small digital design studio with my own savings. It wasn't huge, but it was mine. Mom used to tell me quietly, "Ethan, you're the kind one. Life rewards gentle hearts." I believed her until the day she passed away, and everything changed. A month after Mom's death, Dad called us to his office. Lawyers were sitting. A file was on the table. Dad said coldly, "Your mother left her part of property to share between you both. But I've decided something better. Better for Lucas." Dad announced, "The family mansion goes to Lucas. The company goes to Lucas. The cars, investments, bonds, Lucas." And for me, Dad didn't even look at me when he said, "Ethan is too soft. He can't handle responsibility. Lucas deserves everything." I felt my chest tighten. My hands were shaking. Even the lawyer looked shocked. I whispered, "Why? What did I do wrong?" Dad replied, "You were born second. That was your mistake." Lucas smirked like he had won some silent game. I walked out that day with nothing except my mother's old ring and a broken heart. With no home and no money, I rented a tiny apartment, 1 bedroom, leaking roof, noisy neighbors. I focused on my design studio, worked day and night, designing websites, logos, app UI, anything. One evening, a woman came to my office. Her name was Amelia Carter. Long black coat, confident walk, eyes full of quiet sadness. She said, "I heard you're the best designer here. I need someone honest, someone who listens." I didn't know then, but this woman would change my life. She was struggling too. We worked together for weeks, and slowly, she became the first person in years who actually saw me, not as a second son, not as the weaker one, but as a man capable of something great. One night after work, sitting on my office floor eating cold pizza, she said, "Ethan, you've been broken, but broken people rebuild themselves stronger." I smiled for the first time in months. She was beautiful, strong, and her presence felt like healing. Days turned to nights, nights turned into comfort. We didn't call it love, not yet, but we both felt it. My studio grew fast. We earned big clients. I hired staff, bought equipment. Soon I opened a second branch, then a third. And one morning, I woke up to see my company trending on business news. Hayes Digital overtakes Hayes Real Estate in annual rankings. Lucas's company, the one he stole. I wasn't even trying to beat him, but the world works in strange ways. That same night, Lucas called me, for the first time in years. His voice was shaking. "Ethan, Dad made some bad investments. The company is collapsing. We might lose the mansion. Please, I need your help." The same brother who laughed when I was thrown out, now begging? But I didn't answer. I wanted to hear what Dad had to say. Dad invited me to the mansion. He looked older, tired. His eyes were swollen. He said, "Son, we were wrong. Lucas can't handle the company. You're the only one who can save us." I asked calmly, "Why should I?" Dad swallowed hard. Because we're family. I laughed. A broken, painful laugh. Family? Where was family when you gave him everything? Where was family when you made me leave the house I grew up in? Dad had no answer. Then Lucas stepped forward. Please, Ethan. I know I don't deserve it, but help us. For a moment, I felt the old pain. But then Amelia's words echoed in my mind. Broken people rebuild themselves stronger. I stood up, walked to the door, and said, You told me I deserved nothing. Now that's exactly what you get. I left them standing in silence. Weeks passed. Lucas lost the mansion. The company collapsed. Dad sold his cars to pay debts. Meanwhile, my studio expanded internationally. One evening, Amelia hugged me from behind and whispered, You didn't take revenge. Life did. I finally held her hands and said, I don't need revenge. I have peace. And I have you. Amelia smiled. For the first time, I felt complete. This is what I learned. Family isn't blood. Family is who stands beside you when the world tries to break you. I lost everything, but it led me to something better. To success. To strength. To love. Some people lose you and call it your betrayal. But the truth is simple. They never deserved you in the first place.